What's up, all my folks out in YouTube land? Daryl, also known as the Finisher. Hey, today we're gonna go over about 15 tips, 15 quick tips. We're not gonna sit here all day, all right? But we're gonna go over about 15 quick tips just to help you thrive in your business, man, to help you look more and more professional. These are things that can be used in multiple service businesses, right? It doesn't have to be just the handyman business. These are things that I've come across over the last 8 years in business. Things that can definitely help you, look more professional. Because like I always say, you want people to look at you as an actual business, not like you earning them from up the street. You know what I'm saying? Like the homies or something. So let's get into it. Now, the first thing I'm gonna say, there's a lot of people who might not agree, right? But I really think, this is the opposite of what I did when I started out. You need to narrow down your services, right? Hone in on what it is that you wanna offer, like the things that you wanna offer. My problem is when I started out, like I said, I was all over the place, adding stuff, man. I was trying to be the diner, thinking that, well, if I have more options, then I can bring in more people. The problem is there's a huge difference in what people will pay for the diner versus fine dining. I had so many different things I was advertising for, and it becomes a pain because, like I said, you have to have all these tools, and every little new job, you got to get new tools for it, and more tools and more stuff, and then advertise for more things, and then learn more jobs. And it's just like, okay, enough is enough. And at the same time, when I started advertising as a door specialist, that was the first time when, I gave somebody a number that I never thought I would be able to get for one day worth of work. And they said yes. They said yes because I was a specialist. And,
what the hell did you just say?
Specialist. And they didn't want the guy who could, they didn't want diner, they wanted fine dining. And look, not knocking diners, nothing. Diners are nice and everything, but when you go to a diner, you don't expect to pay a ton of money for a plate. It's just what it is, and they offer everything. So just keep that in mind. You can add stuff as time goes on, because once you start building your skills and build your clientele, then people will start coming to you, asking you to do stuff that you might not even advertise. And you can just start adding on that way. But in the beginning, you want to be that chef, not the short order cook. There are very few situations in business where you don't have to advertise. Very few, where you don't have to advertise, pay for leads, nothing. Like you could just go out and day one, just get business. There are cases, dealing with realtors, property managers, if you can get it linked onto some, hey, in my world, you won't need to advertise a thing. If you can get linked on to warranty companies or get a state contract or something like that, you don't have to worry about advertising. If you can become a subcontractor under somebody that's really gonna flood you with work and then keep you busy, you don't have to advertise. Otherwise, nobody has any idea who you are. Just understand that. Nobody knows you. Nobody. You understand what I'm saying? Nobody knows you. So you're gonna have to advertise. You're gonna have to do something. I can do a whole video about this, no problem. How to advertise, we'll get there, we'll get there. But all I'm saying right now is that if you wanna establish a business and you wanna be known and get your name out there, it might not cost tons of money in every aspect, but you're gonna have to advertise. Especially, if you say you're running a business is advertised. It's just how it goes, all right? So get ready to set a budget for advertising. Now, this one's not for the customers, this is for you. This is for all the people that are running these businesses or trying to start one of these businesses. Don't count money until it's in your pocket or until it's in your bank account. Do not. You can get ahead of yourself, and it's natural, man. You talk to somebody and man, they're so ready to go and they can't wait. They couldn't wait to meet you. Oh, it's been so great and everything's lovely. And man, you give me they want to give you the dates to get started and all that. You walk out the door like, all right, man, I got this established. You thinking you have the money. You send the estimate, man, crickets. Or you might even send an estimate. They might accept it or whatever. And then it's just like crickets. And you're like, what happened? What happened? They was ready to start next week. I just knew, all right, I'm gonna have this job for next week, this job for the week after. And no, it just didn't happen. Whatever happened, it doesn't matter, right? Life happens. You can't guarantee anything. I've had people pay me the deposit and just be like, well, look, man, I ain't ready to get it done right now because we had some things go on, so I'm not gonna have the other half for you to finish. So you just hold on to that deposit. And then when I have the rest of the money, we'll go ahead and schedule the job. I've had people do that. So, and come back, I'm literally like 7 months later, all right, I'm ready now, let's go. Whatever, man, I learned the hard way. Don't count the money until it's in your account. Don't do it. One thing you should always do is track how long jobs take you, right? And a simple way to do that is with a CRM like Jobber. Y'all know I'm on Team Jobber, man. And right now, look, I'm telling you right now, they got a special and a half. If you watch this video within the first 5 days, man, they got a Black Friday special going on. 40% off for your first 6 months. 40%. Not 5, not 10, not 20, 40. 40% off your first 6 months. And also a couple weeks free too. I'm saying you just can't beat it. Every time I talk about Jobber, I always talk about the micro, right? Not the macro, because it does so many things. It's such a big, broad program that I like to talk about individual things that it does. And the time tracker is one of those things you can have employees, or you can just do it for yourself, right? How do you know how long these jobs are gonna take unless you set up some kind of database? You set up some kind of database that tracks your time, right? So you can do this painting job, you can start it, and you could, clock in and clock out, clock in and clock out, and in the end, you can see exactly how much time it took you to do that job. So in the future, you can learn how to price better. With this kind of percentage off, what do you have to lose? What do you have to lose? Jobber, man, hit my link, man, it's in the description. You won't regret it. Do the work that you're confident that you can get done. That doesn't mean that you've done it before. Does not mean that you've done it before. There's a lot of jobs you're gonna run into that you've never done. Situations that you've never seen. It's just how it goes. There's no book for everything. Think about that video dome out in Vegas. It wasn't like they could just say, let's look at all the video domes that have been made and let's go ahead and build it. No, man, they had to just do it. They just had to figure it out and just do it as we go. Engineers, y'all just gonna just create something. And sometimes you're gonna have to do that, but you gotta be confident in yourself that you can do it, right? I wouldn't have put in to build the dome because I don't know the first thing about it. But there's a lot of things that I do that I might not have done before, but I know so much about it and I've done things that were adjacent to it that I feel really confident that I can do the job. So if you don't feel confident about doing it, stay away. Create policies and stand on business. This is one of the things, this is like one of the biggest things that separate the professionals from Earl and them. Like having policies that you stand on. I don't know how many jobs I've had to give up because I say, look, I collect deposits on this amount. Like anything over this amount, I collect a deposit on 50% up front, whatever the case is. I've had people to say, nah, I don't pay deposits. How about I pay you the first day when you start? No, you don't get on the schedule unless you pay a deposit. So I'm not blocking off a week of my time and I don't know, if I'm gonna get paid anything yet. And then I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna be the only one that loses in this scenario. Not happening. So once you establish a policy, you better stand on it and let it be known that you're not gonna back down, because once you do, you're not a real business. You're just not a real business. Are there exceptions? Yes, as the owner, you can make exceptions to the rule whenever you want. Like, I don't do that with everybody. Once somebody's established with me, whatever, I get a little more lenient sometimes. I still most of the time collect deposits, but I get a little more lenient about certain things. But that's between me and them once we're established. But if I don't know you, you don't know me, I'm a hardliner on all the rules that I have. So if you want them to take you seriously, make policies, stand on business. Read the room. If you go into people's houses, right, and you see 500 pairs of shoes piled up by the door, put on some shoe covers, all right? It's just that simple. Please don't wait for them to have to ask you. I go in with the shoe covers in my pocket to read the room, right? I got two. And look, I don't even call them shoe covers. I call them Shoebies, because that's the name of the brand that I wear. I use the Shoebies, man. Shout out to Shoebies, man, because I always, ever since day one, 8 years I've been wearing these same shoe covers. Now, you'll notice, I got two different kinds, right? Two different kinds of shoe covers. One, you see this one right here? Look at it. Look at it. Breathable. I got these giant 13 wide feet, right? Size 13 wide feet. These things fit over giant boots right? I have the Wolverine boots on, man. These things fit right over those, no problem. Now, here's the difference too. There's two reasons why I like these shoe covers. One, I have this kind when it's dry out, right? Nothing special. You get more in a box with these. I use these when it's wet, right? So if it's raining outside, I tell the customer, hey, don't worry about it. I got some waterproof shoe covers that'll seal in any water that's on my shoes from being outside. It's just a no-brainer, man. It's a customer service no-brainer. I don't even call them shoe covers, man. I call them shoebies. So get you some. And no, they didn't sponsor the video. Keep your politics to yourself unless the customer agrees with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you walk in and they got your news channel on the TV and you see their books and they basically like, they just seem like you, oh, you could go in a little bit. You could go in a little bit and you could develop a rapport based off just that. I know some people say don't talk politics with your customers. Don't do it. I'm saying I agree. Don't do it unless they agree with you. If they agree with you, oh, talk about it all day. Talk about it every time you walk in the room, especially if they're into it. Stay up on all the newest information in your field. It doesn't matter what it is. So I do stuff like, I watch other YouTube channels. I watch tool review channels. Sometimes I just go to the store. I'll go to the store and just walk around and see certain things. I might see trends that are going on. Like pocket doors are becoming more popular in my field. So now when I go to the store, they never had pocket door kits on the shelves. Now they got them right in the stores. That means something. Should I start advertising that I do pocket doors? Maybe, right? It's popular now because they got it in the store. They did the same thing with barn doors back in the day. But the thing is, you just gotta know, you gotta realize, you gotta get out there and see what's going on. It might be going to trade shows. I haven't really gone to trade shows yet, but I think I'm gonna start next year. I think next year I'm gonna start getting out to these trade shows, man, and see what's going on. There's a lot of things out here and stuff keeps progressing. Everything keeps progressing. Some guys are using AI now. It's all sorts of things. All the information is right there for you, man. So there's no excuse for you to not stay on top of what's going on in your field. I shouldn't have to tell you this, but I do. I have to tell you this. Do not go destroying people's bathrooms. I mean, it's crazy, but people do it. I've seen it. I mean, not with my own eyes. I wasn't in the bathroom, you know what I mean? Because that'd be crazy. But I've been at people's houses. They have another contractor come in. I had one time, I was there, contractor was coming in to make repairs. It was after he had worked that day, and he was coming in after work to fix some things that he did wrong. Man, the dude walked in the door and told the customer, hey, you mind if I use your bathroom? Man, my stomach is, having issues or whatever. Man, dude was in the bathroom for like 45 minutes.
Don't nobody go in the bathroom for about 35, 45 minutes. Somebody open the window.
Customer was hot. They were hot. And I was like, I never seen anything like it. The fastest way you gonna get early in them status is to go in and wreck somebody's bathroom. You know what I mean? That's crazy. Like, don't do that. Don't do that. This is a public service announcement, man. Like, I'm not saying don't utilize somebody's facilities. I'm just saying certain kinds of waste need to be taken elsewhere. You know what I'm saying? You gotta take that somewhere and take that off the premises. While you're working, communicate with the customer about what's going on, right? I'm gonna bring back the Shoebies again. And like I said, this video is not sponsored by Shoobie, just to let you know. But I just love it. But there's a reason why I have these colors, right? It's because I want people to see them. You understand what I'm saying? I want the customer to see, like, bam, every time they see me, they see them shoe covers. Every time. You can't help it. You can't help it, right? I do the same thing with gloves. I don't have any gloves in here with me right now, but I mean, all my gloves, they're bright green or bright orange. Like, it's just like that because I want the customer to see it. You want to showcase the things that you're using. I told people before, I go in a customer's house, I can put up pictures, man. I can use my little level or whatever. I can do that. But man, I break the lasers out, you know what I mean? And turn it into a light show. Why? Because I can. Because it just makes them feel good, like they're getting a good deal. And it's like, man, this dude is the truth. And they're right, I am the truth, and I am getting the job done to the best of my ability, and I do have the tools, so why not use them? Show people, man, like the brightness, like you gotta let people know what's going on. Don't just assume that they see it. Make sure that they notice. Next, you wanna take your work zone into account. Like you wanna figure out how far out you're gonna go. Is it gonna be a certain radius from your home base? Is it gonna be just certain neighborhoods that you're gonna work in? You have to establish that because those are the areas that you're gonna wanna advertise in, right? And you also have to take into account where the money resides. I recently did a video showing 2 neighborhoods that I used to work in all the time, which got gigantic houses, and they really helped me to establish my business. But I don't really even work in those neighborhoods anymore because they were far away. And at this point, I just don't need to. You know, I rarely go over 15 minutes away from my house now, which is so much better because I just, the time I take the drive and the fuel and all that is just nothing. It's really just nothing. And I don't live in a highly populated area. So it can be done. It's just one of those things you really have to look at because you don't want to be riding around. And if you do have a job that's out of your work area, you have to be able to charge a premium for that. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's the customer calling you or a warranty company or something like that. You have to be able to charge a premium and know what it's worth for you to have to drive that far. I got areas around me where it's like, they'll try to send me from one job to another and it'll be like 45 minutes between each job because it's just in the middle of nowhere. But they would pay a premium because it's hard for them to get people there. So you gotta establish your work zone early. Last but not least, your reputation is everything in business. It's everything. You lose the trust of your customers, man, that'll spread so fast. You'll have one of them action news cameras at your door asking what happened. What happened? Where the money? What happened to you? You left the job half done. And they said you just took the money. You have to establish yourself as being trustworthy. I have to say that's like the biggest thing, like, is that people trust me. The biggest thing that I have when I do this job every day is that people trust me. They know that if I say I'm gonna be there, I'm gonna be there. You know, I'm gonna get the job done. I'm not gonna cut corners. They know that. I have some of them, like I said, a lot of them, I'll just pull up a chair. A lot of them at this point will just ask me for my opinion on the direction we should go. Like, really want me to tell them what we should do next, what they should buy, what new technology is out there that'll solve this problem. Like, they do that. It took years to get this established to this point where through the rest of the year, right now, through the rest of the year, I don't have any new clients that I'm working with. It's all existing clients and commercial work that I've been working with for years. And it takes a while to get established like that, but that's the thing. Once you establish yourself and you get that reputation of that you're a stand-up individual, that you know that your work is top notch and your word is your bond, it only takes a matter of time for that word to spread, right? It doesn't matter at that point that you're not the cheapest guy. It doesn't matter. They're not looking for you to be at the lowest level and the cheapest pricing. All that's out the window. They know that they're gonna get a high quality product. They don't have to worry about stuff missing in their house. It's about being trustworthy, being stand up, standing on yours, man. Once you get established like that, it's almost like you can't go out of business. Hope some of these tips helped you, man. They sure helped me. So, Daryl, also known as a finisher, stay safe, be blessed, and remember, if the trades don't work, nothing else does.